whispers through the glass. Maya Lin adjusted her lab coat nervously as she entered Sector 7 of the Celestial Containment Facility. For the first time, the identification badge pinned to her chest felt heavy. Her first week as a xenobiology technician had been overwhelming. "Remember Protocol 17, Dr. Chen called after her. "No unnecessary communication with the subjects." Maya nodded silently as the heavy security door sealed behind her. The narrow corridor stretched before her, lined with reinforced observation cells. Each housed what the Earth Defense Coalition classified as potentially hostile, non-terrestrial entities. She checked her tablet assignment. 42 required simple biometric scanning of 5 subjects. The first 4 proceeded without incident, routine measurements taken without eye contact, just as she had been trained. But when Maya approached the 5th cell, something made her pause. Inside sat a figure with a human-like appearance except for the subtle markings along his skin that seemed to shimmer with a soft light. According to her file subject, Kai 379 had been in captivity since infancy. He sat motionless, staring at the wall. "Hello," Maya whispered before catching herself breaking protocol to her surprise. Kai turned his head slightly. His eyes shimmered with an unnatural iridescent blue. She should have looked away, but couldn't. There was intelligence there, awareness suffering. When no one was looking, Maya slipped her personal tablet against the glass, with images of a sunset. She wasn't sure why she did it, only that the emptiness of his cell felt wrong. "This is what the sky looks like outside," she whispered. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then slowly, Kai moved toward the glass. His fingers, reaching toward the image, his lips parted slightly as if tasting a new word. "Sky," he said, his voice raspy from disuse. Maya glanced nervously down the corridor. "Yes, sky. It changes colors throughout the day. This is sunset." Over the next week, Maya found reasons to return to Kai's cell, each time bringing small gifts of knowledge, pictures of forests, oceans, animals. Each time his curiosity grew, his questions became more complex. "Why does Commander Harris hurt me during tests?" he asked one afternoon. "Is pain necessary for understanding?" Maya felt her heart twist. "No," she answered. "It isn't pain, isn't how we should learn about each other." One evening, after most staff had left for the night, Maya noticed Kai drawing patterns in the condensation on his cell wall. They resembled the molecular structures she had shown him earlier. "You remember everything, don't you?" she asked Kai. Nodded. "I remember everything since the first day you spoke to me." It was the first time anyone spoke to me as if I could answer. "Didn't the other technicians talk to you?" "They talked about me," Kai replied, "about my readings, my responses, my categorization. Never to me." Maya felt something shift inside her, a determination forming. "That isn't right," she whispered. "No one should live their whole life without being seen, without being known." As she prepared to leave that night, Kai pressed his palm against the glass. Maya hesitated, then placed her hand against his. The barrier between them felt suddenly thin. "I dream now," Kai said quietly. "Before you, I didn't know how. Now I dream of the sky." What Maya didn't notice as she walked away was the small flicker of energy that passed from Kai's fingertips through the supposedly impenetrable barrier, or the way the security camera briefly glitched. The connection between them had already begun to alter something fundamental in both of them, something that would soon change everything. Forbidden connections. The facility's fluorescent lights dimmed automatically each night at 2200 hours. Creating an artificial twilight, Maya had volunteered for night shift rotation, claiming interest in observing nocturnal patterns among the non-terrestrial subjects. But her true purpose lay in Sector 7, Cell 42. "You came back," Kai whispered as she approached. His voice carried a melody she hadn't noticed before. "I promised I would," Maya replied, setting down her monitoring equipment. She glanced at the security camera in the corner, which she had learned to loop for precisely 7 minutes. "We don't have long." Over the past 3 weeks, their conversations had expanded beyond simple exchanges. Kai absorbed information with remarkable speed, asking questions about Earth cultures, emotions, art concepts that should have been beyond someone raised in isolation. Tonight, Maya had brought him something forbidden, a small device containing thousands of books, music, art. She slipped it through the specimen, transfer slot designed for collecting biological samples. "This has to stay hidden," she warned. Kai's fingers brushed against hers as he took the device. Their skin made contact for the first time, sending an unexpected warmth up Maya's arm. She pulled back, startled. "Your skin feels different than I imagined," Kai said, studying his fingertips. "Warmer." Maya tried to maintain professional composure, but found herself asking, "How did you imagine it would feel?" "Like sunlight," he replied, looking at her with those iridescent eyes. "I've never felt sunlight, but I've seen it in your pictures. I thought you would feel like that." Maya felt her cheeks flush. "That's poetry, Kai. You're describing something poetically." "Poetry." He repeated the word carefully. "Creating beauty from words. I've been learning about it from the books you shared." He moved closer to the barrier between them. "I want to show you something," he said. "Something I've never shown anyone. Will you let me?" Maya hesitated, aware she was already breaking countless protocols. "What is it?" "Close your eyes and put your hand against the glass." Against her better judgment, Maya complied, placing her palm flat against the transparent barrier. She felt a subtle vibration, then a warmth that seemed to flow directly into her mind. Suddenly, she wasn't in the sterile corridor anymore, but standing on the shores of a vast ocean beneath twin moons. The water glowed with bioluminescent patterns, and the air carried scents she had never experienced. Before her rose crystalline formations housing communities of beings with forms both familiar and alien. "This is Avella." Kai's voice came from everywhere and nowhere. "My ancestral home. I've never seen it, but the memories live in my cells past. Down through generations, this is what they took from me." Maya gasped as the vision shifted, showing her glimpses of Kai's life in captivity, the endless tests, the pain, the loneliness. It was overwhelming enough that tears spilled down her cheeks when she opened her eyes. She was back in the corridor, Kai watching her intently. "You're telepathic," she whispered. "That's why they keep you isolated. They're afraid of what you can do. They suppress it with the injections," Kai confirmed. "But with you, the connection grows stronger each time you visit. I can't reach others, only you." Maya's scientific mind raced with implications, but her heart understood something deeper. "You trusted me with this. You're the only one who has ever shown me kindness," he replied. "I wanted you to understand what that means to someone who has known nothing else." Their conversation was interrupted by footsteps echoing down the corridor. Maya quickly gathered her equipment. "Dr. Chen is coming," Kai warned before she heard anything. "How did you—" she began. "I feel your anxiety. It creates patterns I can follow," he explained. "You should go, but, Maya," he called as she turned to leave. "In the books you gave me, I'm learning about something called friendship. Is that what we have?" Maya glanced back, seeing vulnerability in his expression. "No," she answered honestly. "I think it's becoming something more." That night in her quarters, Maya couldn't sleep. Her mind replayed the vision of Avella, while her hand still tingled where it had touched the barrier. Her tablet chimed with a facility-wide announcement. A new protocol was being implemented, increased security measures for Class A subjects including Kai. The final line sent a chill through her. Preparation for final disposition of unstable entities to commence next cycle. Maya knew what that meant. Termination. She clutched the tablet to her chest, understanding that the connection forming between them had been noticed. Her decision crystallized in that moment. Whatever Kai was, whatever power he possessed, he didn't deserve to die without ever experiencing freedom. She accessed the facility, schematics, memorizing escape routes and security patterns. As dawn approached, Maya made a silent promise to the alien who had shown her a world beyond her imagination. She would help him escape even if it cost her everything. Breaking protocol. The laboratory hummed with tension as Maya entered the next morning. The staff moved with unusual efficiency, security personnel stationed at every junction. Dr. Chen approached her workstation clipboard in hand, expression grave. "Maya, we need to discuss your assignments," he said. Voice lowered. "Command noticed irregular patterns in your access logs for Sector 7. Maya's heart raced, but she maintained a neutral expression. "I've been gathering additional data for my research paper on non-terrestrial cognitive development." Without authorization. Dr. Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. "You know, protocol requires approval for extended subject contact, especially with Class A entities." "I apologize," Maya replied, careful to appear, appropriately contrite. "I should have submitted the proper forms." Dr. Chen studied her for a long moment. "Commander Harris has ordered a complete staff rotation for Sector 7. You're being reassigned to Sector 3 effective immediately." He slid an access card across the table. Standard procedure, nothing personal. But Maya noticed how his eyes didn't meet hers. The subtle tension in his shoulders. He knew something was happening. Something beyond a protocol breach. As he walked away, Maya glanced. At the facility-wide monitor, a flashing notification caught her attention. "Special Procedure 19 authorized for subjects 379-382, scheduled 600 tomorrow." Her blood ran cold. Special Procedure 19 was the euphemism for termination. Maya spent the day in Sector 3, cataloging harmless botanical specimens, her mind racing through possibilities. Each plan seemed more impossible than the last. The facility's security systems were designed specifically to prevent what she was contemplating. During her lunch break, she accessed her personal files, downloading schematics for the inhibitor collar around Kai's neck. The device suppressed his abilities through targeted neurochemical release. She needed the deactivation codes. Planning something interesting. A voice came from behind her. Maya jumped, closing her tablet, to find Cooper, the security technician, watching her with curious eyes. "Just reviewing some research," she replied, forcing a smile. Cooper leaned against her workstation. "You know, they're saying interesting things about you in the break room. How you spend too much time with the mimic, how you talk to it like it's human." "His name is Kai," Maya responded without thinking. Cooper's eyebrows rose. "See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The way you defend it. That's dangerous thinking, Maya. These things aren't like us. They look like us, sometimes talk like us, but they're not human. They're threats. Have you ever actually spoken with one?" Maya challenged. Cooper laughed. "That's not my job. I keep them locked up. That's it. And tomorrow I'm on duty for the special procedure. They're finally getting rid of the troublesome ones." Maya felt sick. "Why tell me this?" Cooper shrugged. "Just thought you should know since you seem so attached." He tapped her tablet. "Whatever you're thinking, stop now before you end up in a cell yourself." He walked away, leaving Maya shaking. That night, Maya prepared methodically. She altered her ID badge using techniques she'd learned from the facility's own security protocols. She packed essential supplies and slipped the stolen electromagnetic pulse device into her lab coat, small enough to disable local systems without triggering the main alarms. At 0300 hours, she entered Sector 7, using Dr. Chen's access codes. The corridor was dimly lit, only emergency lighting active. Kai was waiting, eyes glowing softly in the darkness. "You came?" he whispered. "I felt your fear, your determination." "We don't have much time," Maya responded, approaching the control panel. "They're planning to terminate you tomorrow." "I know," Kai replied. "I've always known this would be my end. Not if I can help it." Maya's fingers flew across the keypad. "I'm getting you out." The door slid open with a soft hiss. The first time. Kai had been unconfined since infancy. He stepped out hesitantly, as if expecting pain. "The inhibitor." He touched the collar around his neck. "I have the deactivation codes," Maya replied. "But not here. We need to move quickly." They navigated through service corridors, Maya's stolen access card opening each barrier. The facility's night shift was minimal, focused on the outer perimeters. They reached the maintenance bay without incident. This leads to the surface transport system, Maya explained. If we can reach the outbound shuttle, we have a chance. As they approached the final security barrier, Kai suddenly stiffened. Someone's coming, he warned, multiple minds approaching quickly. The door behind them slid open, revealing Cooper flanked by 2 security officers. I knew it, he said, raising his weapon. Step away from the subject, Maya. Cooper, please, Maya pleaded. He's not what you think. He's not dangerous. Tell that to the 3 technicians killed in the Centauri incident. Cooper replied, these things are predators, Maya. They mimic, they manipulate, they make you trust them, then they strike. That wasn't me, Kai said softly. I've never harmed anyone. Cooper laughed harshly. It speaks so convincingly, doesn't it? Almost sounds human. He gestured with his weapon. This ends now. Protocol says shoot to kill for escape attempts. Maya moved instinctively, stepping between Kai and the weapon. If you want him, you'll have to go through me. What happened next unfolded in seconds. The inhibitor around Kai's neck sparked malfunctioning under extreme stress. His eyes flared with brilliant light. As Cooper fired, Kai pushed Maya aside. The energy blast struck the wall behind them. Kai raised his hand and Cooper froze mid-motion. His companions similarly immobilized. I won't hurt them, Kai told Maya, his voice strained. But I can't hold them long. The connection with you has strengthened me, but the inhibitor is fighting back. Maya rushed forward, using her access tool to unlock the inhibitor. The device fell away. Kai gasped as if breathing fully for the first time. Energy rippled across his skin. The maintenance bay doors slid open without anyone touching the controls. We need to go now, Maya urged, taking his hand. The main alarms will trigger any second. Together they ran toward the unknown alarms blaring behind them. Freedom somewhere ahead. But the hardest part of their journey was just beginning. Flight through darkness. Warning klaxons echoed through the facility as Maya and Kai raced toward the transport bay. Emergency lights bathed everything in pulsing red. Maya's security badge no longer worked, forcing them to take maintenance tunnels. Instead, the inhibitor is completely offline. Kai whispered, his skin now glowing with subtle patterns that shifted like constellations. I can sense everyone in the facility, their movements, their intentions. Can you find us a clear path? Maya asked breathlessly. Kai closed his eyes for a moment. Yes, through the Eastern Service corridor. But Maya, they've activated the containment protocols. The defense systems will target any unregistered life forms. They ducked into a narrow passage as armed personnel rushed past. How far to the shuttle bay? Maya asked, checking their dwindling time. 3 levels up, Kai replied. But Commander Harris has ordered the facility locked down. Nothing gets in or out. Maya's face fell. Then we're trapped. Kai took her hand, his touch sending warmth through her. Not necessarily. There's another way, but it requires trust. His eyes met hers. Complete trust. I trust you, she answered without hesitation. My people can move through spaces between dimensions for short distances. With the inhibitor gone, I can attempt it, but I've never done this before. Never had the chance to try. A security team's footsteps approached their position. They were out of options. Do it, Maya urged. Kai pulled, her close, his arms encircling her protectively. The air around them began to shimmer. The solid walls seemed to become transparent as reality itself bent around them. Maya felt weightless, suspended between heartbeats. Hold on to me, Kai whispered, against her ear. Don't let go. The world dissolved into streams of light and shadow. Maya clung to Kai, feeling his consciousness merged partially with hers, guiding her through the impossible space. They emerged moments later in the shuttle bay, disoriented but alive. You did it, Maya gasped, steadying herself against him. We're not safe yet, Kai warned. The shuttles require authorization. Maya approached the nearest vessel, placing her palm against the scanner. It won't accept my credentials anymore, she realized with growing panic. Suddenly, the shuttle door slid open. Dr. Chen stood inside, his expression unreadable. Dr. Chen. Maya stepped back, pulling Kai behind her. Please. I've been watching you, Maya. He said calmly. Your compassion, your defiance, I've seen what they do to these beings for years. He stepped aside. This shuttle is programmed for the outer colonies. You have exactly 5 minutes before the override protocols activate. Maya stared in disbelief. Why? Because sometimes protocol is wrong. He replied simply. Now go, both of you. As the shuttle doors sealed behind them and the launch sequence initiated, Maya saw armed security forces entering the bay. Dr. Chen calmly raising his hands in surrender. The last image before the shuttle launched into darkness. Beyond the stars. The colony planet. Terra Nova existed on no official records. Its atmosphere swirled with purple-tinged clouds, and twin suns cast golden light across the landscape. Maya stepped from the shuttle, inhaling her first breath of alien air. Kai beside her, his hand in hers. It's beautiful, she whispered. They call this the sanctuary. Kai replied. Others like me escaped beings who didn't fit into Earth's classifications. They were greeted by a small group, both human and alien, led by a woman with subtle purple skin, marking her mixed heritage. I am Sarah. She introduced herself. We've been expecting you. The network informed us of your escape. Network? Maya questioned. There are many within the facilities who believe as you do. Sarah explained. Dr. Chen has been helping us for years. You're not the first to help one of us escape, but perhaps the most dramatic. Their new home was a small dwelling nestled among crystalline formations reminiscent of Kai's ancestral memories. Maya learned that the community consisted of scientists, researchers, and refugees who believed in coexistence rather than containment. Months passed as they built their new life. Kai's abilities flourished in freedom. He could now shape the world around him in small ways, creating beautiful light formations that danced through their home at night. His telepathic connection with Maya deepened, allowing them to share thoughts, dreams, memories. One evening as the twin suns set, they stood on a cliff overlooking the valley below. The settlement glowed with warm lights against the approaching darkness. Do you regret it? Kai asked, watching her profile in the fading light. Leaving everything behind. Maya turned to him, her fingers intertwining with his. I didn't leave everything, I brought the most important part with me. When I was in that cell, I never imagined freedom, Kai confessed. But more than that, I never imagined connection. With you, I've learned what it means to be seen, truly seen. And I've learned that humanity isn't defined by species, Maya replied, but by how we treat one another. Their lips met as the first stars appeared above them. Their journey had only begun, but whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. Under new stars on a world where differences were celebrated, not feared, they had found something precious, something worth every risk, something like home. In the years that followed, they helped others escape Maya, using her scientific knowledge to disable inhibitors, while Kai's telepathic network expanded, connecting more beings across the stars. Their story spread in whispers throughout the facilities, a reminder that compassion could overcome fear, that love could transcend boundaries, even those between worlds.